speak to broadly just the ethnic cleansing of indigenous Christians in the Middle East under Arab regimes and why Israel is a refuge for Christians in the region?
Okay, well, as you all know, the Middle East was inhabited by majority of Christians until the 7th century. And what happened in the 7th century? The Islamic Arab conquest that started from Arabia, which is the Arab Peninsula, invasion that started from there, and it actually made ethnic cleansing for Christian population. And for 1,400 years, this is still happening in this region. Even now, in the Middle East, we saw that lately by ISIS in Iraq. We saw it in Syria. We are seeing it even in Lebanon. Just 2 days ago, they killed Hezbollah, terrorist radical Islamic Shia Iranian group, killed a Christian citizen, activist of the Lebanese forces, and they actually killed them for no reason, just for being part of a Christian Lebanese forces party. And that's what Hezbollah is doing for the Christians in Lebanon. He's trying to control the only Christian country that was founded by Christians to be safe haven for them in this Middle East and a refuge for them. And unfortunately, it's not. And that's the same scenario in the West Bank under a Palestinian Authority. We see it since Arafat took over in Oslo Agreement, and he was handed Bethlehem to him. We saw the Bethlehem Christian community start shrinking and diminishing and leaving the Bethlehem, the only holy place for Christians in the West Bank. Here in Israel, we are actually enjoy, opposite to them, the freedom of our state. We live here in the Galilee, in this beautiful Galilee. We can speak freely, we can act freely, we move freely, we worship our God freely. We do everything we need freely without fear of anyone being oppressing us or anyone being harassing our women or our ladies or our believers. And that's the freedom we enjoy in Israel. Now, yes, there are some incidents, we saw them lately, and we cannot deny it. Those incidents are a really tiny majority, even not 1% of the Jewish people, of radical group, specific radical group, even not 0.5% of the population, that most Jews oppose them. While in the other side, under Arab regimes and Arab cities, Christians who are being harassed and oppressed are the other side, the Muslim side, is not being caught and held to justice or brought to justice. Here in Israel, we take those oppressors or those harassing people and put them in jail. That's the difference. That's what we need to address in our speech today or in any other interview. The freedom we enjoy here and the law that we actually enjoy in Israel that protecting us as citizens of the State of Israel.
And just a few days ago, the Philos Project was on the border of Lebanon. We were with Maronite Christians in Israel who live freely, they get to worship freely, and we were able to see into Lebanon where Christians are not able to. You mentioned in your opening Pasquale Suleiman.
Yes, Pasquale Suleiman.
Could you maybe elaborate a little bit more specifically on what happened with Pasquale and how Christians in Lebanon live in fear of Hezbollah?
Well, what happened with Pasquale is a continuous oppression and deterioration of the Christian situation in Lebanon. Pasquale was killed by Hezbollah terrorists, Islamic terrorists, who are actually kidnapped him from his car in his own Christian region where he lived. The majority of that region is Christians. Hezbollah is infiltrating this region. Those terrorists kidnap him by stopping his car while driving his car in a junction. When he just slowed his car, they stopped. They kidnapped him in front of the eyes of his friend and took him all the way to Syria, killed him there, and now there's a big unrest in Lebanon, and the Christians cannot take it anymore, and they are demonstrating against Hezbollah, asking this terror organization to step down and leave their country, because they already controlling Lebanon, and Christians cannot even appoint a president. That it is actually, this position is preserved for a Christian Maronite personality. They cannot appoint a president because of this oppression, Iranian occupation of Lebanon with the proxy, the strongest proxy of Hezbollah. So this is why I said it's continuous oppression, because few months ago they killed another guy. He's called as Elias Hasrouni in South Lebanon in the same method, by stopping his car, kidnapping him, killed him, and a month later they killed his wife. Okay? And this is happening on a daily basis. They already killed 4 Christians who opposing Hezbollah, and they killed Christian leaders who opposed Hezbollah in the past, and they continue to do it until today. So what do you expect from the Christians to do? To keep looking at them and telling them, oh, come kill us and evacuate or migrate us from this land? This is our land. This is our land. That's what we see in Lebanon. Here in Israel, if this would happen, my friends, the state police will go catch those people, put them in jail, and those people will not even be able to see the sun, because we have a law of order here. We have democracy, we have courts that functioning, while Lebanon, it become a failure country under this Islamic Arab Hezbollah radical group of what we call Iranian proxy.
And just to clarify, point of clarification, Tucker Carlson's interview was talking about Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza, but that same Ayatollah's ideology that drives Hezbollah also drives Hamas, so it's a comparable example. Well, Shadi, thank you very much for sharing your perspective, and we'll continue to pray for the Christian community here in Israel, which is really the only safe haven left for the indigenous Christians in the region. So thank you for all of the work that you're doing.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you for Philos Project and for all you're doing for us as Christians in the land, for integrating us and helping us actually thrive more within the state of Israel. Thank you.
And Tucker Carlson, this is your official invite to come to Israel with the Philos Project and visit the Maronite Christians here to see for yourself.